Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to today's Lunch and Learn. I'm Marcia Guerriere, founder of Her Sweet Spot, and I'm so excited to bring to you guys today's Lunch and Learn. It's a very important workshop that I really want you guys to really lean in and really understand your gifts and your talents could lead you to so much more passive income. Today we have Cheryl Rhames as our mentor, and she is the founder and CEO of Cheryl Rhames Consulting, an educator, course creator, curriculum writer, and coach. Her boutique firm offers individualized services to her clients, supporting and guiding them with designing courses and writing curriculum. She has a bachelor's of science in psychology and a master of science in education. As an educator with over 20 years of experience, she has acquired a vast array of expertise in writing courses, writing curriculum, speaking, mentoring, and coaching. She also has expertise in money and finance from a background working in banking. Additionally, she is a certified mentor and coach who has worked with numerous new and experienced individuals. The goal is working with individuals to leverage their skills and discover their expertise. As a professional who has worked with companies, authors, educators, and solopreneurs for over 20 years, she guides people to make their projects successful. Welcome to the broadcast, Cheryl.
Thank you, Masha.
It is so good to have you here, and it's so great because not only are you our mentor for today, you are a Her Sweet Spot sweet mate. Have been with us for over a year now. You came to me with all of this great, phenomenal experience, and we work together to help develop and shape your core product, which is course creation and course curriculum writing. I'm going to let you take it away. Thank you for being here, Cheryl. We'll see you guys. I will see you guys shortly, and I'll let Cheryl take it away.
Thank you, Masha. And welcome everybody to How to Leverage Your Skills with Course Creation. Everyone has an expertise. Whether you know you have expertise or not, you have one. It's something that people always ask you to do. And what I do at my firm, I show you how to take your expertise and leverage it to create courses and have passive income. So let's get started. All right, that was a little bit about me. Marsha told you a little bit about me. That's me in my gorgeous picture. I love my pictures. Um, like she said, I'm an educator, I'm a coach, course creator, curriculum writer, speaker, and trainer. And hopefully we can work together to leverage your skills and create courses. So I want you to think about this. Why online course creation? Well, online course creation is big. Think about where we are today. We never thought we would be in an era where school is online for kids, where you're working from home, where people are selling business from home, you're ordering food from home. Everybody does everything on their computers. So why don't you do it? Guess what? Course creation was worth 107 billion in 2015. But think about it, by 2025, this industry will be at $325 billion. I'm going to say it again, $325 billion. That's something we all need to capitalize on. And it's a way to transform yourself. Let people know what you know. Let people know your skills. Stop giving away your stuff for free. You can give certain things away for free, but let's try to capitalize on our skills and earn some passive income doing it. So that's one of the major reasons on why you should create an online course. So, what do people look for when they create online courses? You need to identify your target audience. That's the one thing I learned, and that's one of the things I learned in working with Marsha. how to create my online audience. Who is my audience? Who is my avatar? Who will I market my course to? Because, like they say, if you're marketing to everyone, you're marketing to no one. You need to find out who is that target audience. Is it school teachers? Because that's what you want to market your audience to. Are you a chef? Do you want to market it to other chefs, upcoming chefs? You need to identify your audience. And once you identify your audience with me or with someone else, hopefully with me, you'll be able to cultivate that. We'll be able to work with that to create your online course. And then we'll decide, what do you want people to get out of your course? What will they learn? You have to decide that. We'll work step by step to think about what you will learn from working with people and what do you want to give them. If you don't know what that is, we'll think about it. We'll brainstorm. We'll come up with a few ideas, and then we'll pick the best ideas for you on the outcome of your course. And I want you to think about that. Start making your list, identifying your target audience and what you want them to get out of a course you want to create. And most of all, think about what type of course you want to create. These are very important things you have to do before you get into the nitty-gritty of creating your course. So think about that. Let's go to the next section. I want you to think about, what is your expertise? Do you go to the gym all the time and say, hey, I can do this class better than this instructor? I've been doing this for 10 years. I can do this. Are you a researcher? Do you love researching things? Do you love working with computers? Do you love helping people? If this is something you love doing, let's figure out how to capitalize on that, because you can capitalize on that. Do you go to your yoga class and go, yoga instructor's good, but every time I come here, I know how to do these moves. I know how to do these yoga. I know how to do the downward dog better than he or she does. Let me teach my own class. Oh, wow. Maybe I can create a course on that. Now, this one here, we've all done it. Someone has always asked you, oh, you're so good at creating these beautiful displays for my party. Oh, you are so great in planning my party. I wonder if you can help me. If you can help somebody for free, you can find a way to earn money doing it. You can create a course in it. You can start a business and teaching people how to do this. And last but not least, again, that's the research. I'm sorry, I'm going to go back a little bit. Are you good with teaching people how to computers? That's the one with the girl there. The last one, are you a good researcher? Do you know people are always looking for someone to do their research? Most people, they're focused on the business. They don't want to do their own research. So they will hire someone like you with your own company to do their research. Do you want to teach a course on how to teach people how to research? Because there's always a way to research. You can't just get on the internet and say, I'm going to research. You need to teach people how to research, create a course. So all of these things are just small examples of people's expertise, what you can create a course on, and how you can do it. Let's think about all those things I just spoke about. And I want you to just narrow down, what are your strengths? Out of all the things that you know how to do, what are your strengths? Is one of your strengths working on computers, helping people? Or is one of your strengths helping people uplift themselves? Maybe you're a life coach and you want to help people uplift themselves. Maybe you're an instructor. You want to teach people how to do exercise properly. These are all strengths. These are all things that you can create courses on. These are all things that you can sell. Anybody can sell a course in anything. Believe it or not, you can sell a course in just about anything. So think about your strengths. Think about things that you're good at. Think about things that people want you to do. And that's where you're going to start building your course on. And while you're thinking about your strengths, think about your weaknesses. Think about something that is a weakness that you can turn into a strength. Maybe you're very unorganized, but you know how to put things together. You can create a course on organization because your organized mess may be a mess that we can turn into an organization business. You can teach people how to organize things. Do you love to shop? We all love to shop because I love shopping. How can you turn your love of shopping into a business? Maybe you can teach people how to shop and you can teach a course on shopping, on being a personal shopper. You could teach people how to manage their money correctly. These are all things that you can turn into strengths that may be small weaknesses, but they're not bad weaknesses. These are things that you know how to do. These are things that you can teach other people how to do based on your strengths, your weaknesses that you turn into strengths. So I want you to think about that. Weaknesses that you can turn into strengths. Things that you may not be great at, but you can learn. For example, I knew about stocks. I love stocks. I didn't know much about stocks. So what did I do? I went to work someplace where I learned about stocks. I read about stocks. Now I can teach courses on buying stocks, trading stocks, picking the best stocks. That was a weakness of mine that I turned into a strength. Now I can have passive incomes because now I can create a course on that and teach other people how to do that. Think about that. And once you do all that, what is your why? Why do you want to create online courses? Let's go back to some of the things that I talked about. Do you love to cook? Do you cook for everybody, every occasion, and you just do it for the fun of it? Do you love to volunteer and teach people? Are you a teacher? Are you an educator? Do you work at some place where you volunteer and teach people different skills? Volunteering is amazing. Volunteer is excellent. You can help people, but you can also use that skill, that expertise, as I call it, and you can create a course, sell that course, create books on it. You can create workbooks. You can do live small group courses. You can do blogs. You can take your expertise and you can move it up. Start on with the course. After you create the course, create a workbook, create a blog, start having live courses. This is your why. Understanding your why. Once you understand your why, you'll be able to create your course, understand why you're creating your course. Now, you're earning your passive income. Do you like to cook? Maybe you'll have that small cooking class. Maybe you cook for children as a on a volunteer basis. How can we take that little skill, that skill you have and that expertise, and teach other people through course creation? Create something bigger than what you're doing, and you can earn passive income because once you create that course and you put that course online, you can watch your money grow. You don't have to always teach the course over and over again. Once you record that course, you put it online. You may change it up every now and then, add things to it, take away, improve it, but your course is always online, earning money for you. And like I said, create blogs, create workbooks, create live classes. You can have live events. These are things that you can do with just one course. Because I think about my why. Why am I doing this? Because I love teaching. My why is because I love teaching. I love teaching people. I love watching people I teach grow. What is your why? Now, you must decide, who are you creating your courses for? Are you just creating your courses for yourself? Well, if you're creating your courses for yourself, think about what you want when you go out and get these online courses. When you create courses, what do you want in your class? Who do you want? Who do you want to be your perfect avatar? Are you creating your course for solopreneurs? Someone who just started their career, someone who wants a course but they don't have an idea of how to develop their course? You can teach them that. Are you teaching your course for small businesses? Are you teaching a owner how to teach their employees how to better improve the workplace, how to be more productive? Are you creating your courses for schools, businesses? Think about who you will create a course for, because that's who you will create an avatar for. Whoever you create your courses for, that will be the person you're going to be marketing your course to. So you must think about all this before you put anything online, because without planning, you can't have a course. Your course will not make money, because remember what I said at the beginning. Marketing to everyone means marketing to no one. Know who you are marketing to. So that goes back to who you are creating your courses for. So I'm going to give you a minute to think about that. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat. I'll answer any questions you have. If you don't have any questions and you have questions later on, please ask me those questions, and you can ask them to her sweet spot. You can always email me, and I'll put my email address out there for you to share, and I'll get back to you. Now that we decided what we're doing, training and presenting. How are you presenting your course? Now you can do audio. Some people do like those radios. Some people like blogs. You know what I learned about vlogging? Love vlogging. I love seeing that video, talking to people, because that gives me a more personal touch. That goes with my videos, personal touch to people. Are you emailing people? Do you have an email funnel? I work with you with creating that email funnel on how you can keep in touch with people from your webinars over and over each new product you have. Or are you going to do direct teaching? Are you going to have small classes and have people come in those classes, and you're going to sit, talk with them, have your workbook? Remember, always have those workbooks. You're going to sell courses to people where you have direct teaching. You have to decide this. Guess what? There's no one correct way to do this. You can do all of this. You can do audio, where you can have your course sold online, and I'll tell you some of the places you could sell. You could do videos, lots of places to do videos, like YouTube videos. You could do small workshop videos, emailing people. You can email people back and forth. You got this is after having your live classes. Direct teaching, where you have rent a space, have people in those small groups, and you talk to people one on one. Some people like that one on one contact. These are different ways to present your course. And if you work with me, you can pick the way that works best for you. There's no one correct way to work. Now you're ready. Hey, let's think about this. Are we going to sell our course? How are we selling our course? How do you sell your course? There's so many ways to sell your course. LearnDash, WordPress, Teachable, Thinkific, and Udemy. Now I'm going to tell you about each of these. LearnDash and WordPress. If you're new to the computer game, you might not want to really start with this. You can have a developer work with this, but this is someone who's an expert at computers, someone who knows how to go in the back way of the program, put information in, know those codes. I'm good at this, but sometimes I also need a little help. But if you know how to do this, this is a perfect platform for you. Teachable. Teachable is pretty easy to use. You look into it if that's something that you want to use. If you're new to computers, if that's something you like, use that one. Thinkific and Udemy. Those are the two easiest platforms that I can think of to put your online course, to sell your online course on. But you still have to do the work. So if you're new to computers, if you're new to the online world, you have to still do your research and figure out which one is best for you. Because this is where you're going to put your online course, where you're going to leave it out there and earn your passive income. Once you put it out there, you don't have to do much. You set it up and people purchase your course. They work on their own. Now, this is different from when you're working with small groups. When you're working with small groups, they actually have access to this, but you will also be working with them, showing them step by step how to create their online course. These are for people who may not have time to work with you, but they still want to do online course creation. They still want to create an online course. This is the platform where you would put your course on. And as we go through my course, if you decide that you want to work with me, I'll help you pick the best platform to put your course on. Now, marketing. Now you have your course, you decided what your course is, Now marketing. Marketing your course, these are just a few places to market your course. You can market it on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. There are many other places to market your course. You have to find the place that is best for your course, where the industry is, where all those people, your avatar are. That's where you would market your course the most. So in my course, you go through each of these things. We go through each of these online platforms, and we'll decide how we will market our online course, which one is best for us, or do we need other online platforms? So I just want you to start out by looking at all of these, getting familiar with them, getting familiar with how to market your online course. So let's talk about some takeaways because I went through so much information, but I want you to take away something. I want you to think about this. We talked about identifying your idea. Know and understand your why. We didn't get too much into understanding your client, but I want you to think about that is your client avatar, knowing your client. We talked about decide how to deliver your course, deciding how to market your course. And these are the small things that you would do to start with your course creation journey. This is just the beginning step of starting your course creation journey. Whether you work with me or you work with someone else, this is where you would begin. So I want you to note these takeaways. I'm going to repeat them again. Identify your idea, know and understand your why, understanding your client, deciding how to deliver your course, deciding how to market your course. Very important takeaways. And like I said, if there's any questions, I'm always here for you. And I'm not sure if anyone out there have any questions. Marsha, did you see any questions in the chat?
I was on mute. We don't have questions in the chat right now, Cheryl, but I know there are a couple of questions that will be coming in. We have Liana who's watching, and she does have a question that she'd like to ask, and she will be making a comment in 1 second. So, Cheryl, what would you recommend a person do when? How do you choose the? How many items in a course should people have? I know I've seen, I've seen many different ways. And oftentimes you can see a course as a one long hour workshop. And then you've seen courses where they're short video clips and or what components should people think about when building their course?
Well, I think what people should start out with is introducing their course, telling people what they're going to get out of their course. That's the first thing. And then have several modules. You don't want to take for granted that people know everything. Otherwise, they wouldn't be taking your course. So you want to take it slow. What it is, why are they taking it, what it's about, how it works, what is their outcome.
Okay,
So
excellent.
I'm thinking about 6 modules.
Definitely depending on the subject that the person
Hmm.
is,
Definitely.
right. So we don't have any more questions in the chat. Cheryl, thank you so much for presenting this really informative workshop on, building a course and having those stats on course on the course creation industry was so eye-opening because people really are afraid to get into course creation because they are afraid of the technology behind
Mhm.
how to deliver course creation. I think you gave us some good examples today on which platforms should we use. So Liana did say, how long should a course be, time wise and weeks? So I think that's a good question because it breaks down two different modes of giving your course, whether it's a live version or a pre-recorded version. So what do you think, Cheryl?
It depends. Like you said, if it's a live version, you may have You may have your class may be like an hour long, but you may have it in different days. But if it's an online course, people don't want long 20-minute talks. They want keep it short, keep it 5 to 10 minutes, give them some coursework and let them absorb it. Have some times when you're meeting with them. And a course should be, if you want to get intel, it can be anything from 3 to 6 weeks, depending on the topic.
Okay. So 3 to 6 weeks, Liana, is a kind of good course. And it really depends on also, I think, Cheryl, how you plan on what we call dripping the course.
Hmm.
Are you delivering all the modules at once, or are you releasing it slowly 1 week or 1 day at a time? So it could really, and especially with courses now, online courses, everything is self-paced, right? Right, Cheryl? So
Yes.
it depends on how you understand your audience, if they're the type that needs to take it slow, and the level of content that you're sharing and giving, and really the subject, something that would really require people to really take a deep dive and dissect each module, is probably something you want to do a slow drip to allow people to absorb, do homework if you're giving homework, depending on all that stuff, right?
Yeah, because I just completed one and it's a slow drip. They're required to do the coursework and put in their discussion before they're allowed to go to the next module.
Yeah.
So it depends on, yeah, like you said, it's the content. Like you said, if you want them to absorb it, you put a slow drip on it where they have to participate in the coursework and the discussion before they can go to the next module.
Yeah. Good question. And she said 10 minutes. What's a good uh timing?
Well, 10 minutes would be your lecture. That's your lecture part of it. So that's you giving instruction. And once you give instruction, their coursework that's their self-paced. So that
Mhm.
can take them anything from 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the person.
Mhm.
So your lecture should be no more than 10 minutes, where you're giving them time to absorb what you're teaching, but you want them to also read some. You don't want to give it all in a long lecture. Depending on your topic, though, if it's a topic where it is lecture, some people like that 30-minute lecture. But
Yeah.
most people like that 10-minute lecture. Give me some work, let me work on it, and come back to the lecture notes, go to the discussion.
Yeah, that's a good rule of thumb that I've seen in a lot of courses that I've taken that are self-paced and online. But obviously, if you're doing a live course, it would be anywhere from the 30-minute to 1 hour or so.
Hmm.
Um, but with live, you have more interaction with people than something like this, which is really intended to really be um, on your own pace.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Cheryl, for answering Liana's questions. Guys, if you have any questions for Cheryl, you can catch her inside her sweet spot. You can connect and follow Cheryl inside her sweet spot, and reach out to her on all social media platforms. You're welcome, Liana. Can you tell us where we could find you, Cheryl?
You can find me at CherylRhamesConsulting.com. And my website is, let me just go back up to it. I'll put it right up there. It's right there. There's my contact information right there at the beginning, CherylRhamesConsulting.com. There is my business number if you want to have a chat with me. If you go to CherylRhamesConsulting.com, you can schedule a 30-minute initial for free. Let me say it again, for free, and we'll sit and we'll discuss what your goals are in course creation.
Excellent. Thank you so much again, Cheryl, for taking this time to teach us how important course creation is and how we can earn some of those. millions and billions that the course creation industry is producing for us. You guys know how I like to end each broadcast. When we empower each other, we all rise. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.